Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a Goodwill thrifting challenge. We're going to go to the Goodwill bins and I'm going to take those items, upcycle them, and style them in my own home. I know y'all going to enjoy it, so let's go ahead and get started. And I want to thank Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. I did find this book. It is missing the binding, but I thought this part was really pretty, so I'm going to get it. I thought it was a Reader's Digest, but I don't think it is. Since the binding is missing on this book, I feel like it is the perfect opportunity to add something. I'm going to be using IOD's lock and key mode and the aluminite fast casting resin. I sell all of these products on my website. The resin comes in two different bottles, A and B, and you want to pour equal parts A and B in a cup, and then you mix it together. It is a fast casting resin, so you don't have a lot of time. You want to work pretty quickly. Once it's mixed up good, you are going to pour it into your mold, and then you're going to wait for it to dry. And resin is great to use if you want to get your project done quickly, because in about 10 minutes, you're going to have a very hard resin casting from the mold that you'll be able to use on your projects. It dries white, so if you want white, you don't even have to paint it. It is great for outdoor projects as well because it gets so hard. So it just depends what project I'm using on if I decide to use resin or clay in my molds. And after, about 2 to 5 minutes, they are ready to be popped out. They are a little bit bendable at this time, so even if you want to put them on a curved surface, you can pull them out before they're fully dry, and they are bendable. The book does have some white and gold in it, so I'm thinking that's going to be a good combination for these resin castings. I'm going to be taking the Dixie Belle Gold Gilding Wax, and I'm just going to put a little bit on my brush, and I'm going to be dry brushing it on. So the gold's going to be on the raised details, but I'm still going to have a little bit of white on there. The longer mold, I'm going to take that and I'm going to glue it to the binding. And I think the white and the gold was just the perfect color combination for this book. And the two keys that I painted gold, I'm going to take those and glue them on the end of a piece of lace. And I'm going to tie that piece of lace in a knot. I also added another piece just for some more color and texture. And I'm going to put it in the book just like a bookmark and have the keys dangling down the front. And I think that is so cute. I'm just using it as decor, but you could definitely make some actual bookends. And IOD has so many different molds and different themes. You could have tons of fun making bookends with some IOD molds, some resin, and some paint. And I love how this piece came out and how you can take the IOD products and add these embellishments and really take your piece to the next level. I didn't want to waste any of my resin, so I just poured until I ran out. So I have several castings left over, and I had this brush right next to me on my workbench, and I decided it needed a little extra something. So I'm going to add one of the castings from the lock and key mode to it, but first I want to paint it. I think Fusion Paint in the color Inglenook is going to be perfect, and it's very similar to the color of the book that I just made over. Once my paint has dried, I'm going to hot glue the casting to the top of the brush, and then I'm going to take some Dixie Belle white wax, and I want to apply the wax to the wood and also the resin casting, and these will just bring the two pieces together. And I love how the white wax brings out the details of the mold, but also gives the wood more of a white weathered look. So you just apply the wax and then you wipe it off with a dry paper towel. And this was just a quick, fun, easy project, and this brush is no longer on my work desk staring at me. It is done. All right, I found a few more things digging. I got these beautiful wood knobs. I'm definitely going to keep these in my DIY stash. Look at this piece. It's a little rabbit wooden rocker. I think we could definitely... Oh no, I just noticed. It's broken. It's missing a piece right there. I was really excited to DIY this, but I guess I'm gonna put that back right there because I don't think there's no rescuing that. I love these baskets. They are just really cute. I have one in my bathroom with some rolled up towels in it. Baskets are great not only to hold things, but I find they also add a lot of warmth to a space. And if you haven't seen my video making over my girls' bathroom, you should definitely check it out. These are just great to leave in my DIY stash as well, just to make some little signs. The first thing I need to do is definitely paint this piece. It is spring, summertime, and I feel like Fusion paint in the color Inglenook is perfect. I love this color on its own, but you could also lighten it or darken it depending on if you wanted to put a wax over it. And it also has a built-in sealer, so it is perfect to use with transfers. Y'all know I've been loving this IOD transfer, lover of flowers. There's just so many good pieces in here. This one is slightly big for this block, but that is fine because I'm going to let it go over the top a little bit. It is super easy to bend over your transfer and put it on a curved or an angled surface. All of your transfers come with a transfer tool, so you just rub your image and it'll transfer on to your piece. And like I told y'all, Fusion Paint has a built-in sealer, so it is just the perfect paint option to use with your transfers. And look how good this came out. So we turned this outdated artwork into a new, more in style piece of artwork. And I have one left of these glossy white ceramic birds that I ordered on Amazon, and I'm thinking it would be really cute on top of here. So I'm just going to add a little hot glue and put the bird right on top. And I think this could be the perfect addition to your spring and summer decor, or if you love shabby chic design, then this might be something you want to keep out all year long. And look at this little picket fence box. I think this is adorable, and I could definitely do some kind of cute little spring vignette with this. So let's style this piece up. I have this bluish, grayish, beautiful spool of yarn. I have this vintage looking Luna wreath candle ring from my website. I have this thrifted plate. Y'all know I love this swirl pattern. And this cute little wooden sheep, I thrifted him as well, and occasionally he will make an appearance in my vignettes. And then I have a clothespin and this old book and this picture, and it just fit perfectly on the back of this piece. And I just love creating these little vignettes. Y'all leave a comment below and let me know how y'all think I did on this one. And I was also thinking you could hang this little picket fence on a wall, and that would also be cute. I hope that y'all are enjoying today's video so far. I just want to take a quick minute to tell y'all about today's sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace has 4 different plans for you to choose from, and these are the monthly prices. But guys, you could save up to 30% if you pay annually. So I highly recommend that if you are planning to start your website. If you are wanting to start a store, you would want to choose the business plan, the basic commerce plan, or the advanced commerce plan. And if you scroll down, it'll show you all the different options. Now, I want to point out with the business plan, it does charge you 3% on your transaction. So if you're going to be selling a lot, I would highly recommend upgrading to one of the commerce plans. But it comes with all the extensions that you need to run your business, and as you scroll down, you will be able to see all the different options that each plan has to offer. And if you're wondering, I actually have the advanced commerce plan. I just felt like it was the best value for everything that it had and what I needed to run my e-commerce store. So if you are interested in possibly starting your own website, y'all go check out squarespace.com/Julie's Designs and Signs and use code Julie's Designs and Signs to get 10% off. And I will have everything linked in the description for y'all. What is this? What is this? A crochet piece. Ooh, this is a shawl. Y'all know I love these. They look great on a hook. What is that? I'll get that tape off. This one looks handmade. The color is right. Awesome. All right, one more thing in the card. Little straw hat. That is really cute, and I think I could add some more florals in here to make it even cuter. I like this rope detail on it. Okay, I think I'm gonna get that. That'll be perfect for spring. I love those just to hang on a little hook, just as spring decor. And since you can kind of add in some florals, you could change out the florals for the different seasons. Because of the shape of shawls, I just find they hang so beautifully on a hook, and I really love having that texture and textile element hanging in my foyer. And I always have a hat as well. I decided not to change out the florals because I really thought the florals on this hat were perfect for springtime. Here's some really good florals. We got some yellow ones, some little white pit berries, and look at this lavender right here. Let's see what originally was at Hobby Lobby. $5. Along with florals, I always thrift these containers. They are usually don't have any floral in them, but they do already have foam. So I feel like half the work is already done for me, and we just have to paint them and give them a new life. Not only do I want to paint these, but I also want to give them some texture. So I'm going to be using Fusion paint in the color Casement and also Dixie Belle's Sea Spray. How much you mix just depends on what look you're going for. If you want just a little bit of texture, just add a little bit of Sea Spray. If you want a lot of texture, which I do, so I'm adding about half Sea Spray to half paint. For this piece, I'm brushing it on. I want to see the brush strokes. I want it to have more of a pottery look. And for this smaller spot, I'm going to stipple it on for maximum amount of texture. I put 2 coats on, and you can kind of see here all of the texture that the Sea Spray created. And this could be added to any paint. I used it with Fusion, but it could also be added to Dixie Belle's chalk paint. Of course, we need to add something to our plain white pots. I'm going to be using IOD transfer. This is the traditional pots transfer. I love this one because it's all these labels, and you get 2 sheets of black, 1 sheet of blue, and also a sheet of white. And even with all the texture that I added to this pot, it transfers beautifully on here. Remember, the Fusion has a built-in sealer, and it just pairs perfectly with transfers. For my small pot, I just cut off some of the words from one of the labels, and it was just the perfect size for this little one. But I did feel like I wanted to add a little extra at the bottom of the wording. So I grabbed my Alpha Belly stamp and I inked it up with some stone gray ink. And y'all, I must have had green ink left over on here, and look how it came out. But I think it might be a really happy accident. I never thought about layering ink, so now I gotta try it out again and see if it works. So I just grabbed a sheet of paper, I put some green ink, I put some stone gray ink, and look at this, y'all. How good does this look? I'm definitely going to be using this technique in the future. I really want the brush texture to stand out on this pot, so I'm going to take the Fusion Antiquing Glaze and I'm going to apply it to the whole piece. And then I'm going to take a dry paper towel and just kind of wipe off all the excess. And then I wanted the center to be a little wider than the top and the bottom edges, so I took a wet baby wipe and just kind of took away a little bit more of that antiquing glaze in the center. So you just kind of play with it to get the look that you want, and you can always add more if you feel like you took too much away. And if you feel like you put too much, you could always just take some away with a wet paper towel. The smaller pot I decided to keep bright white because I thought that color would look better with the sprig of greenery that I chose for it. All I'm going to do is add a little bit of hot glue in the center and then add in my greenery. For the bigger pot, I think that this thrifted greenery would look better. So I'm going to take it, it's all one sprig right now. I'm going to take it and cut it up because I want a bunch of different sprigs that I'm going to be able to stick into the foam. And once I have everything placed where I want it, I'm going to take some moss that I also thrifted. So all these pieces so far are thrifted. I'm going to take this moss and I'm just going to glue it down into the foam just to cover everything up and just make it look so much nicer. I want to show y'all some other pieces I recently made in my VIP group. These are more little foam pots that I thrifted with florals that I thrifted. Some of them I painted, some of them I didn't, but I did apply the ephemeral melange transfer to all of them, and I just love the way that these came out. This was such a fun, simple, easy DIY project, and we even had this happy accident where I learned a new stamping technique, and pretty much all of the pieces to create the projects were thrifted, so it was almost free, and with a little paint and a little IOD product, you can just make a beautiful piece of home decor. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. Leave a comment below. Let me know what was your favorite project. I don't know what my favorite was, but I don't know. I really liked the book, and I also liked how all of the projects kind of went really well together. I find I kind of kept on the same color scheme. So I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I do want to tell y'all about one thing I have right now. It's right here. Let me grab it. I have some more home decor mystery boxes. If you remember in December, I launched these. It's 5 items curated by me, home decor pieces. They look good together. They look good separately. Y'all loved them in December and asked me to do them again, so I did. And the items in this box are spring and summer themed, and I think y'all are gonna absolutely love them. So I'll have a link in the description if you're interested in purchasing these and having a little, surprise for yourself, getting some in the mail. You don't know what it is, you unbox it and just get super excited. We just don't have that enough as adults. And unfortunately, things do tend to sell out pretty quickly on my website. So if you go to check out this box and it says sold out, just put your email address in. What that's gonna do is it's gonna get you on the wait list. So if I happen to have extra of these, you will be notified. Or when I come out with my next box, you will be on the wait list. I already started putting together a box for fall, and I am really excited about it. So make sure you sign up for the wait list so you can be the first to be notified about that. But go check out the boxes. I think y'all gonna really like the pieces that are inside. And like I said, it's just, a fun unboxing experience for us as adults. So once again, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I hope y'all are inspired. And if you're interested in starting your own website, y'all make sure y'all go check out squarespace.com/Julie's Designs and Signs, and they are giving my viewers 10% off. And I'll have everything linked in the description for y'all. And also, I always forget to say this in the videos, but all of the paint and products and greenery and everything that I use today is available on my website, juliesdesignsandsigns.com. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and I will see y'all next week for another DIY video.